Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Bookie Bashing. Week 4 in the books. Very frustrating weekend. Probably going to hear a lot of energy out of me because I am itching to get to this Week 5 card and pick out some more winners. Of course, as always, I am your host, Anthony Nicky Jr. Ace Berg on my left, Joey Stacks on my right. Stacks, just a pain in the ass weekend. No way around it.
Nah, no way around it. Very frustrating, like you said. However, I mean, we were on with these games. Green Bay Packers only scored 17 points in San Fran. All we needed was a touchdown out of them. They couldn't even give us a touchdown. So defensively, it was there. It was the right game. We were on it. The Eagles, we get backdoored there, and the Raiders pretty much, made a great comeback, had the lead, and then they unfortunately let it go. Jay Cutler was winging the ball around a little bit. We were right on. We were right on, and that's the business, guys. That's going to happen. You're going to have these tough weeks, especially earlier on. We've had a lot of pieces coming in, quarterback coming in, running back, a lot of question marks, a lot of question marks around the entire league. So once things get a little bit more definitive, the wins will come, the winning weekends will come. Those 5-0 weekends, those 4-1 weekends, they're on the horizon, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, really you got to manage the losses on some of these tough weeks. We end up 2-3, get the Vikings victory for you. Cincinnati rolls Kansas City, but the games that you really can't help, Ace. A lot of these favorites weren't covering this weekend, and Vegas made some money. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Vegas made back some money this weekend. But here's the thing. You got to minimize your losses in this business. It's not always about coming out on top. Sometimes it's about just barely losing. And that's what we did this last week. But we've shown that we bounce right back with some nice winning weeks and usually go on a nice winning stretch around this time this year. I'm really excited about this point of the year. I really think that we showed that we were on a lot of these good games, even if they didn't come out the right way, on a very, very tough weekend. We avoided some landmines out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we always say, it's a marathon. It is not a sprint, folks. We're only through 4 weeks, 12 more weeks to play. We're sitting right at the 500 mark. Not exactly where we want to be, but we're only down a little bit of juice. And soon enough, we are going to start that hot streak, 5-0, 4-1 weeks. I'm looking at week 5 already, folks. I could not be more excited to sink my teeth into that card. As we just dodged, really, we're 2 plays away from being 4-1, having a 4-1 week this week, even a very frustrating and tough week. Still, gonna bounce back, only 2-3 this week, no time to panic, make the money, starting in week 5 next week, we're going to start rolling, folks. Make sure you're on board, get that weekly package. You cannot get a better value on the internet than these 3 best handicaps coming together, looking at every angle of every game, and making you money. Before week 5 starts, though, little free pick winner on Monday night. Don't want to overthink this one, folks. Seattle laying the 10 points at home. Stacks, where we at?
Yeah, this is the obvious play here. It's the Seattle Seahawks minus the 10. I know we have no Marshawn Lynch, but we saw Rawls really step up and really put on a show for us last week. And he's more than capable of filling in for him. We have Russell Wilson, a great quarterback, one of the top tiers in the league, and he's going to work with the cast that he has around him, very capable group. And now on the defensive side of the ball, we know what we got there. We're at home. The defense will be rocking. The stadium will be loud. It's going to disrupt Matt Stafford and this struggling Lions offense. Calvin Johnson, a guy who has really dropped off from seasons past, not really a scary team anymore. They don't have that high-flying offensive power like they once did. This is a team with a lot of question marks at running back too. No power anywhere. It's a team that you're just not scared of. You focus in on what you need to focus in on the Seattle Seahawks part, and they go ahead and get an easy double-digit victory.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a Seattle team so good at home. 34 of their last 51 home games they've covered in. They do the job. And Detroit, not the same team. They're still looking for their first victory of the year.
Yeah, seriously. And I have a couple more trends for you. The Seahawks, while playing a second straight home game, are 20-5 against the spread. They really feel great as they have these home stretches on the schedule. And meanwhile on the Lions, when they're road underdogs, they've only covered 2 of the last 15. It's 2 completely different teams, guys. One of them is extremely good and elite, and the other one is just not that good. They missed their window and they're getting worse. Speaking about getting worse, Matthew Stafford has been very bad since 2011. In fact, he's ranked in the bottom 1/3 of accuracy while under pressure since 2011. And now he's facing a Seattle defense that does nothing but bring the pressure. They are going to be in his face all day. He's not going to be able to complete all that many passes. And speaking of not being able to complete many passes, he only has a completion percentage of 3.1 on deep balls this season. That's in the bottom 3 of the NFL. He has really lost his ability to throw the deep ball successfully, and that's really what he made a career on early on when he was young. The Seattle Seahawks defense really prevents touchdowns to wide receivers. They've only allowed 2 since the beginning of last season. So Calvin Johnson is not going to be having a great night on Monday night, guys. And meanwhile, the Lions have also committed 8 turnovers so far this season, second most in the league. Seattle's going to be able to get 2, if not 3 or 4 turnovers as they really dominate this game. Russell Wilson really drives the ball downfield enough to really get this score out of reach for a Lions team that is not very good.
Yeah, you know this 12-man is going to be rocking in Seattle. Detroit has to head on the road, take on the Hawks in a Monday night primetime game. Seattle is covered in 7 of their last 9 Monday night games. Detroit, on the other hand, 1-6 against the spread in the last 7 games overall. Caldwell, not a coach that I'm a fan of. I didn't like him in India. I don't like him here. Good coordinator, not a good head coach. Not good at leading the team. This Detroit team's going to take a while, I think, to get that first win. Sure ain't going to come in Seattle this weekend. Cam Chancellor came back last week, first game back, and the defense gave up no points at home. I expect much more of the same here. Don't see Detroit even getting into double digits in this one. Ride Seattle, lay the 10 points, 31-9 final. We don't even sweat here on Monday night. Make sure to tune in on Thursday for another free pick winner. Week 5 right around the corner, folks. We're about to start getting on a hot streak here. I am itching to get to week 5. Can't wait to give out these 5 winners next week. I'm feeling 5-0, feeling 4-1. Do not miss out. Make sure you are on board here, folks. The marathon continues, and we continue to make money next weekend. For my experts, Joey Stacks, Ace Berg, I am your host, Anthony Nicky Jr., saying we will see you here next time. Have a great rest of the week, folks. Let's keep making that money.